Hello guys, Sanbonani, good evening. My name is Princess Lukele. Welcome to Progressive View channel. I am the founder of Progressive View. I'm a life coach by profession. Thank you so much for joining us. And if it's your first time joining us today, please do subscribe. What do we talk about on the channel? We talk about almost everything that affects human beings in terms of our mental minds, and actually ensuring and finding hacks and strategies to ensure that we're winning at this thing called life. So what are we talking about today? Today we're talking about protecting your paradise. And what do I mean by paradise? Protecting your paradise. Protecting your paradise means protecting your inner peace, right? You would notice that there's days or weeks where you are just really agitable and ukwatile. Like if someone says something, you go from 0 to 100, right? Essentially what we want is to be in a state of bliss, right? To be in paradise. So picture yourself being in this paradise that is green, there's flowers, there's rivers and butterflies flowing. It's beautiful, and there's nothing that is worrying you. You are just there to just have peace of mind. That is you being in paradise. Every day of our lives we should strive to be in that paradise. Is it possible to be in that paradise? Yes, it is possible to be in that paradise. Is that paradise going to be challenged? Are things not going to come about to ruffle you? Of course, things are going to come about, but you should strive to ensure that if that happens, you quickly go back, right? Because now things start accumulating and you find yourself way too far away from our paradise, right? So how do you keep about, or how do you ensure that you stay in this paradise space that we're talking about? First of all, we know that life is challenging. Issues and things are always going to be there. People are always going to challenge us. Our children are always going to challenge us. Our families, our colleagues, you could be driving on the road range, umuntu esayidini on the road, So there's a lot of things that that could actually move us or move our spirits so that we are angry and stressed all the time. We don't want to stay stressed all the time. So kuka fast logos business sihlala sitatazela sihlala sikwatile all the time, But how do you ensure that you don't get to that? Or rather, how do you control it? It's not easy, but it's a process. It takes time. I can tell you, I used to be that person, Jay. When something happens at the restaurant, I'm like, yo guys, can I speak to the manager? And obviously I'm complaining because I'm thinking, of course it's my right to be complaining. There's nothing wrong with complaining, but at the end of the day, I use a lot of negative energy to complain, right? And obviously at some point you are shouting, and people are just looking at you like, what's wrong with this one? While you thinking you're exercising your right, but you're busy ruffling your peace. And those things, they stem from somewhere else, something that could have happened yesterday, something that could have happened last week. That's why it's important that when things come, you deal with them and release them so that you are okay, right? Because you can find a person that says, yes, being right the whole day, and just something happened and I'm just not okay anymore. It's because there's certain things that happen in our life and we don't deal with them, right? It's anxiety and stress and challenges. We put them under the carpet, right? You don't necessarily deal with those things or meditate over them or pray over them, or speak about them so that they don't bother you anymore, So it's important that when things happen, they always say count your what's the word that I'm looking to use? But you cannot choose your battles, right? Do not be fighting everything, because when the big things that really need your attention and your time and your energy, when they come, zikuthola vele already you are just not in a stable, calm mind for you to be dealing with them. A lot of things you could easily resolve, easily calmly take care of them, but you can't because you're always in this mode of anxiety, of being angry, of running and rushing, and you know what I mean, and angry. You're always stressed, right? So how do we go about doing that? Firstly, choose your battles, right? I'll make you an example. Say you wake up in the morning and your children are fighting. They fight every morning. Is it really worth sweating over that and stressing yourself, because the minute you raise your voice, you start using your negative energy, and the kids are now when negative energy, you get into the car, there's negative energy, you've already started the day on the bad notes, right? So keep yourself in paradise. So here's a mantra that I always use, right? When a situation comes, I ask myself, is it worth disturbing my paradise? Right? Because I want to keep my energy for the things that are worth fighting for things that are worth energy me to work on, because there's going to be challenges in life that are going to require my energy and my full capacity of thinking, because you can't think straight when you are stressed out and you are you're feeling under attack and you're overwhelmed, so it's important that you choose your battle, right? So every time you have a situation, I don't have my band now, so I always have this band that I put on my hand. You can actually even take an elastic band and put it on your hand every day. So every time something that is not even worth you sweating about, just tip it. If you feel like you are getting there, just what's it that just so that it can wake you up, like, hello, wakey, this is not worth stressing over, this is not worth sweating over, this is not worth ruffling your beautiful paradise. And you quickly let the situation go. You find yourself, by the time you even finish your day, you're like, you look back at your day like, hey, I had a good day. Why? It's because now you're conscious about the things that irritate you, the things that you're allowing into your space, like they're having their horrible day, it could be something that's happening at work, and you just happen to be in their space and they're taking their energy, their frustration out of you. Now like fire, you just take that fire and put it on you, and now you go and put it on other people. Sometimes we should just learn to let other people that are having a horrible day, let it stay with them. You decide on yourself that I'm not taking your energy. Sometimes it's just as simple as a breath in and a breath out, and you just take your rubber band, you hit yourself and say, I am keeping my peace in my paradise, because your paradise is very, very important. When your paradise is always at bliss, when you are always in the right state, emotionally, internally, mentally, it assists you in terms of dealing with life. I see when things happen, you find yourself making irrational decisions, because it's like, you like this, you always agitated, you always ready to jump over, right? Because now you are calmer, you're looking at situations from a perspective of calmness. You can think things through, you can calculate things, you can what's the word, and uncover things, uzihlolisise kahle before you can even make a decision. Kanti wena mawuhlala ukwatile njalo ngathi confuse, ngathi hey when ula all the time, and life also throws you this, because remember, the universe is listening, it can sense, because hey, this person ula, and life is also like this. You meet people that are actually angry and that are actually, even, it's like Batunyologo to come and agitate you, and it's not the case. But when you're calmer, stay in your paradise, protect your paradise, because people are always going to come and vomit on you. People are always going to come and make you dirty. People are always going to come and and just leave their troubles on you, and you take it and run with it. Guys, let's say no to people's problems, people's issues, and challenges of life. Let's not fret the small things. Let's keep our inner peace intact. So get yourself we're ladies, you get yourself a nice little band, and when things happen, you just be like, poof, girl, you are not allowing the situation to frazzle your paradise. Our paradise are important because it makes sure that we are actually happier people, and we can take care of our families, we can love on them a little bit more. Life progresses, Nje, because you are a happier person. Your prayer life is even better because right, emotionally. Let's not go around getting angry at everything and everyone that's happening around, and taking everything and getting all emotional and angry and frustrated over things that we shouldn't even be getting frustrated about. Okay, very long video, but guys, I hope you got the gist of it. Let's keep our paradise clean, right, and blissful at all times. God bless you. Much love. Bye bye, guys. I'm out.